Welcome to the Bad Marketing Studio in Nashville, and today is a very special video, highly requested by you guys, because you've asked, how do you make that magic happen? What do you actually have in the office? What do you have at your desk? In today's video, we're gonna cover exactly that. We're gonna pull back the curtain and show you in Nashville HQ, what does bad marketing have behind the scenes? Okay, so if we're gonna start an office tour, we have to start where we start most of our days, which is coffee. Now, I was a barista growing up in high school, so I take coffee very seriously. So this is our main espresso machine, but not only that, follow me this way. You can kind of have coffee however you want each day. So we have our automatic espresso machines for people who are not as artisanal and they wanna still get lattes. And then we also have our classic, you just need caffeine and get to work, Keurig. So first stop in the office that we have here is coffee, and that was very important when we got started. Now, following over to this next area is just a simple lounge where either people can chill, gather, talk, or can use the vibe board to draw out either strategy, break down different offers, review landing pages together, or use it for calls and broadcast it to the screen. Super cool tool. If your office doesn't have one, you should actually consider it. And then naturally, we have the chessboard. Alan, the regional champ of chess, is in his office right now. Don't tell him I said this, but he is better than me at chess. So someday I'm gonna beat him. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Well, naturally, this brings us to our next stop, which is the Bad Library, which actually was a core vision of mine when I opened up offices, is that I wanted a library that our team could check out books that I recommended, books on all kinds of subjects, not just marketing, but in leadership, in finance, in stoicism, all kinds of different books. The cool thing is people started adding to the library, and this is right when you enter into our offices. You've got our awesome sign here, but then you have our books on the wall. Now, total count for the books, I believe the last time we counted was 132 different books, and not just books on marketing, but books on finance, books on mindset, books on leadership, books on stoicism. I really wanted an office to be a place that people really like to go, and they didn't just see it as a place for work, but with things like this and things like the coffee machines and things like our games that we have and a ping pong table coming in, a place where people can have fun and really feel like they're comfortable in it. And for me, I spent so much time at work, so much time in the office. I wanted a place that felt comfortable to me and a place that I genuinely had a good time. So this is the library, and this concludes the second part of our office tour. We naturally, of course, have the open area. We have people working in their offices. But then, of course, in this part of the tour, I'm gonna show you my office and show you what's inside of it. And it's pretty special. I put a lot of time and money into it because I spend so much time here. And so come on in, I'll show you around. First off, we just have a nice, easy seating area. We love the greenery wall, brings a nice aesthetic. Green just naturally, I think, uplifts spirits and energy, but this is just kind of like the open area when I'll bring in team for meetings, or if we have a client coming into town or a prospect coming into town, we'll come in here. This is just a nice area to chat. We're gonna start rotating around here to the main area where the magic happens. This is one of the coolest pieces. So when I first opened up the offices here in Nashville, back when I had Heman, my big thing was like, I really wanted to invest a ton into the desk setup, namely because I spend so much time here, and I found these beautiful, beautiful pieces online, and honestly, I've probably spent more on these than any other furniture piece I've ever done. But this combination, this desk and this right here, together, I believe are around 16,000. But they're super beautiful, really well done. I very much have like an industrial, modern type of vibe, but this is a full standing desk that can go up and down. And they're really, really good. They're also very heavy. But then the cool thing here is actually, there is a TV that is hidden, and all I have to do is press a button and this TV comes up, and you can have it behind you on calls. You can use it to watch a Zoom or just have a movie playing. Sometimes when I come in on Saturdays and I wanna watch sports, but I also need to work. So it's a really, really cool piece, and I'm super proud that I got this. I don't regret it at all, but this is the desk. Now, naturally, some LEDs behind the scenes for nice aesthetic on calls. You've got the Spartan helmet, which was actually a part of a product that we were launching at Traffic and Funnels when I acquired it. We were going to launch this product, and it was a whole Spartan themed program that you could go up. And it was really cool, but anyway, that whole offer we actually never released, and so I was left with the Spartan helmet and I put it on the wall. these two pieces right here. I just came back from Egypt. I spent about 2 weeks there, and I got these pieces while I was there in Egypt, and they're really cool. I wanted to decorate the office with them. This is actually really cool. This is actually the first check I ever got for being a freelancer in marketing. So not as an employee, not working in a company. This was me as a copywriter, as a freelancer on the side, and I got paid $100 to write copy. And so I kept that check. I'm super glad I did. But this was the first check I ever got as like being my own boss as a marketer. So a whopping $100. All right, so now I'm gonna show you actually what's on my desk and what do I use on a day-to-day basis. So naturally, each day when I come in, typically the first thing I'll do is after I get my coffee, I'll sit down and I'll open my productivity planner, which is ultimately just my days planned out based on what my targets for the week are, and basically breaking down, making sure I have the right review, and I check my radar. So I'll just kind of sit here with my coffee, read it. And this is cool little Ember mug, which is just basically they're electric mugs. If you're like me or you have ADHD, I also am sensitive to temperature, so as soon as I get it, it's really hot. So I normally can't drink it, but then I will start working, and then an hour later, I'll remember I had coffee, and then it's cold. So this is a super awesome tool if you're someone who wants to just sip or you always want to have a good temperature. This keeps it nice and warm. So over here, I've got this cool little timer, super easy. But for me, I like to try to do deep focus. And if a lot of times I'll need to put on do not disturb on my computer and phones, or else I'll just get distracted. And so my way of just making sure I'm keeping up with time, because I'll go down a rabbit hole and I'll forget, just set a simple timer right there on the desk, and then boom, it'll go off whenever it's ready. So I keep that on my desk. I have this here. This is typically what I'll use when I'm trying to really pay attention, meaning sometimes I can, if I'm typing notes or if it's something quick or I'm on a call, I'm trying to work out a math problem. If I use digital, sometimes I can get distracted. So for me, I have this little dry erase board marker that I can write on right here inside of it, or a simple calculator. If it's in front of me and I don't want to open up a million Chrome tabs to do math equations, I can use that right there. And this is actually something funny that people do ask me about, because they notice that I have this Mac Mini here, but naturally I also have my laptop. Sometimes I will forget my laptop at home, whether I'm running my boys to school or something, or it's a hectic day, or I drop in when I wasn't expected to and I didn't have my laptop with me. So I actually have a Mac Mini there just in case I ever forget, and I can just switch over the screens to that. So I have an extra computer there. And then this is my StreamDeck. Basically what you can do is set it up with your Mac if you use like Discord, Google Meets, Zoom, and it's just a way of having quick keys. So basically you can just touch a button and it quickly does an action that you pre-program into it. Then my camera, my webcam, this is something people ask me all the time. What webcam do I use? I use the Opal C1. I think it actually is a great webcam. If you are in darker settings, sometimes it can be difficult, which is why you also see the extra lights here at the top of my computer. And we can drop the Amazon links actually below this video. So it's super simple if you're looking for a good light. They're very simple, very easy. You just control them with a simple, clicker here, on, off, turn them down, turn them up. Pretty nice. And you can turn the types or temperature of the color with one click. So super easy. Then this is always on my desk just because sometimes I need to remember to smile. This was actually a gift from my sister who just sent this to me, I believe, for a Christmas present, and just something that sits there on my desk sometimes just makes me laugh. And that's pretty much it. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna show you the studio. This is the part where everyone's always asking what equipment are we using. And so we'll make sure we actually have links to all of the equipment below if you wanna check it out. But come on, follow me. So this is the studio room here in Nashville. Now, one of the cool things that we wanted to do when we were building this, and the reason why we wanted to build this was we wanted to mimic the studio that we also have in Atlanta, in our Atlanta office, where you also see a lot of content from Eddie on our Bad Marketing podcast, from his personal content. And so what we essentially have done is recreated the studio that we have in Atlanta here in Nashville. So we've got the two mics, you've got the blue stands here, and this is the Shure SM7B mics. And then we have the Sony A2 camera here for one angle. This is the Blackmagic camera for the next angle. And then the camera you're actually shooting on right now, what is this, the A4?
A7IV.
A7IV. You can talk, this is behind the scenes. This is a fourth wall break on a fourth wall break. This is a Rodecaster Pro. This is where essentially we can control audio. What I'm actually using right now for my mic is the DJI mics. These are super awesome. If you don't have them, you should pick them up if you want to shoot content. You can plug them right into a camera, you can plug them right into your phone, and get really professional grade sound. All right, now the final part of getting good video that you must have right is actual lighting here. Now this is the Aperture 300X. This is a dome type of cover on it. Oh, this is actually kind of cool with some reflection. But this just makes sure that the light is really spaced well. That covers us. It's really nice softbox here. These are some tube lights that we have on surrounding the room just to give a nice little accent. So if you've ever watched my videos and you're like, man, the lighting looks really good, ultimately it comes down to the combination of these and those little light tubes there that provide a great accent. Now the final thing here is we just needed to make sure that the light, because behind this curtain is a window. So we just needed to make sure we had that blocked out so that we don't have any light leaking in. Then the next thing that we had to do on the studio, of course, with sound, both just sound going out, but sound coming in, is just making sure the walls are padded. You can get these super cheap on Amazon. Literally, they're super cheap for a pack. And one really cool thing about this that I've always really liked too, so these are fake plants naturally, but I almost kind of enjoy it because the light reflects off these leaves really cool. So if you can get the lighting right and get them bouncing off these leaves, it actually looks really sick. Okay, so my favorite part of this whole studio is this guy right here, because it gets really hot when we're recording. So making sure we have a fan inside of it, we had to learn the hard way that we actually really needed a fan, because with all this lighting, it can get really hot. So making sure we have a fan is really important. Okay, that concludes the office tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely believe in investing into your office space, making it your own, making it something that you're proud of. For me, it was really important because I spend so much time here. I want to feel good where I work. So with that said, enjoy the video, like and subscribe if you want for more trainings, videos, or heck, maybe even some more walkthroughs. But in the meantime, I got to get it back to work, and you probably do too. I'll see you in the next video.